You look at your own life and say, you can't remove that beam until you remove that mote. You can't remove the mote in your brother's eye until you get the beam out of yours.
That's
You know.
That's one of my prayers that I've had recently. Sometimes I don't know who doesn't. Sometimes I get overly angry while I'm driving. You know, people cut you off, or do things that are dangerous or whatever. And I remind myself by saying, God, please give me the patience that you have for me. It reminds me that okay, they're driving in a weird manner, whatever. But what have I done that God's had so much patience for me? And I'm getting mad at this person that's 2 inches away from me. Wow.
Well, yeah, again, I jokingly say that the devil rejoiced the day automobiles were invented because there's been so much sin around them.
Oh,
You know, the cutting people off and getting angry, the shootings from them, you know, there's all sorts of bad ways. But it was invented for the good reasons. You get to where you're going. You go to church. You go visit the person in the hospital. You go visit your grandmother or whatever. There's good and bad with everything, and you've got to find it. And sometimes it's hard to find, depending on where you're coming from. And personally, I'm not the best driver. I get too stressed out because of things like that.
Right.
And if somebody else wants to drive, I'll let them drive.
And then the stress makes you mad, or makes you make more mistakes, which frustrates you. And it's difficult.
Lead you to think or say something that you shouldn't, envision something.
It's a test of patience.
More than patience. It's a test of your point of view. Like you get put somewhere like that where you're filled with, get angry and stuff. And it's like, okay, God, help me get to this anger. This is not how you want me to respond. I know that. Help me find the strength not to do that.
Just like Jesus, this is a very extreme comparison on purpose, because the driving thing is so trivial compared to Jesus on the cross, looking at the crowd that's crucifying him and saying, God, forgive them. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing. That also, and this applies, of course, to more than just driving, of course, but things like that help us remember this person, okay, someone lied to me. Yes, that makes me mad. Yes, it was a wrong thing to do. But I hope that someday they can see that it's wrong and they repent from that.
Yeah. Well, like I said, it can bring out the best or the worst in you. And the Lord knows everybody who comes, besected, they've been driven, they've driven or they've been in a car with somebody who didn't react well. That's a real life example of things we face every day.